One, two. Good evening, everybody. Okay, feel good to be back. Okay. Um, I know you guys been. I guess you all have seen the news. Um, Trump has already struck the Iran's nuclear base. As he announced lah in the White House. But for what I see, things is getting more intense where US has already decided to take the actions to join the Israel and the Iran against the Iran's war. So from outside, there is nothing much we can do during the weekend. We can't trade. We can't do anything. So okay, as usual, let's start from the economic calendar first. Okay. Okay. I think you guys can see this is big enough. So on the Monday, we have the major news events for the euro and the pounds PMI, and also the US dollar PMI as well. So we have these three majors piled up PMI on the same day, and on the Tuesday we have CPI on the Canadian, and we have during the night we have the pounds and the US dollar big news where Mr. Powell do his testifies. Okay, on a Wednesday we have his another day of testifies as well. So on a Thursday we have the unemployment claims. Okay, and also the GDP announcement. On a Friday we have the core CPI, PCE. Sorry. Okay, so uh, from the Monday till the Friday itself, we have lot of major news. So we can trade it accordingly. We just have to make sure where the price could fit our trading strategy. Okay. So first and foremost, let's start from the dollar index first. Okay, so the dollar index is basically the US dollar major direction. So as you can see from a higher time frame, all the while the dollar index, the US dollar has been weakened, okay, along the way until this point of area where price has started to show some rejections. So it is quite crucial where higher time frame from higher time frame for me is like the 4 hour, daily, weekly, monthly, and even the yearly. Okay, so from what I see, this is a major drawn liquidity right here, and we have created a new drawn liquidity down here. And from this point, after taking this major drawn liquidity, right, we have this, I would say, the BPR, okay, on a higher time frame, especially I think it's on the daily. Yes, it's on the daily time frame. So during the 4 hour time frame, right, we have this low as the daily fair value gap. Price could just sting in and continue expand higher off, especially this high. I will look forward to for a price to take it out because it's a equal high liquidity and also where price is currently pointing at. Okay, so if if the price has fail to break off minimally at this high and this high, it, it it's going to continue going lower like this. Break this low and retest, continue lower. Okay. Otherwise, it will be sting into this low, have a very strong rejection, close in this range. Then another candle will be the expansion out and retest, then continuing higher until this point of interest from this high and this high. It could look something like this for reversal and continuing lower. So this is my take for the dollar index. I will keep it neutral due, although fundamentally I'm bearish on uh, dollar index due to everyone's want to sell off their um, stocks, bonds, whatever assets with the US due to the US has attacked the Iranians nuclear base. So it could lead investor to leave holding their US dollar, maybe shifted to the USD JPY or the XAU USD like golds, okay, especially. So apart from this is the fundamentally, this is what I see. Okay, in technically, I would say there is a couple of argument from both side bullish and bearish side. Okay, the reason being like what I said, the major draw liquidity hit and the reversal happens. So we are await these crucial levels. Either it sweep or a break, retest, continuing higher or continuing lower. This is my take. If continuing higher, this liquidity point of area will be taken out before continuing lower. Okay, this is my take on the dollar index. Let me take a screenshot. Okay, and yeah. So okay, this is my take on the DXY. So moving on, next will be on gold. Okay, so on gold, right, we have this weekly range. Okay, we have this weekly range. Fundamentally, I would see it bullish, of course, because where the price has already started to expanding off very nicely until this low, and this is the new created low that could be continuing higher all the way towards the all-time high again. Okay. Um, for my point of view, price is going to be a continuation bullish. The reason being is this was last week price action. The price has been coming back down. A previous week, the high and lows. Then the previous week, it has been a huge mess, consolidating, then manipulation downwards, then showing us a BPR right here from a 4-hour time frame, then continuing higher. So from my perspective, right, this is going to be a bullish side of manipulation. Okay, sweep out all the sell side of liquidity, then rejected, created a new CISD and also a BPR, has a very strong sign of reversal towards the bullish side. Okay, so the next thing, what do we want to see? Okay, we have this CISD confirmed, and also we have this for our fair value gap tapped in. And the next good thing is we are looking for another break. Okay, we have this break. Potentially this range have to be broken. Then it could be another accumulation, manipulation downwards around here, then continuing upwards. So let's see if the price could just continuing higher. I wouldn't be surprised because price has respected the 4-hour fair value gap. Okay, so back to a 4-hour time frame. Okay, as we can see right here, right? Okay, so on the fundamentally analysis, I would say it is definitely bullish because like the US has already interfered with the Israel and the Iran's war. So and also that the US has already take the action, strike on the Iran's nuclear base. Okay, so on this, the technical analysis wise, as I mentioned, the weekly high and lows price has already retested towards the 70%. Okay, after the 70%, right, the price has shown us some reaction. Okay, from a daily and weekly time, the daily time frame, right, the the candle has closed respecting of the previous daily low as well. Okay, it's a good thing. What we can see, there is a sweep, a CIST is a very strong sign of reversal, and also a BPR. It's a very beautiful and a strong ones. And the rest of it, we are expecting a lower time frame expansion towards the upsides only. Okay, so this is what we see. Okay, this is what we see. Okay, so definitely bullish on gold. Next, coming up next, going to be our euro and the pounds. Okay. Okay, based on last week, right? I have said the price could do two things. I am definitely bullish on both pairs, but despite where the price show us, remember I mark out this point of area that I will be looking out. Either the price just shoot up, break the high itself and retest, continuing higher, or the second POI level. The price take out the high and then take out the low itself, then started to have the rejection. In the end, the point of interest 2 has shown us the direction. So the monthly, weekly, and draw on liquidity has been taken out. So I would say the euro is still so much stronger, where the price has already tapped and rejected, and also this has tapped and rejected very nicely, but in the end it retraced more than 50% right here and show us a bearish fair value gap of here compared to the euro against the US dollar. Okay, but you also can say so price is also respecting on the bearish side. It could just a retracement. So if the bearish side, right, you can say a break of this low to continuing lower, or you can say it just a break of the higher side to continuing higher. This is just a retracement only. Okay, uh, waiting price show a rejection or the high continuing higher or waiting sweeps of liquidity. Okay, so yes. Okay, let's do the reanalysis again. Let's see what's coming up for the for next week. Okay, so on Okay, I have already done the analysis. So EUR USD and the pound USD, um, both of my buyers is neutral, as price both buy and sell side liquidity is obvious. Okay, let me summary on the euro and the pound. My bias is definitely neutral due to the price, both buy side and sell side liquidity and where the price currently at. Okay, for the euro, right, both buy side and sell side liquidity is obvious. Although it's break off this high, we are looking for another confirmation to break off this initial high due to the daily time frame confirmation. If it break off this high, it could just continue retest and continuing higher. If this low fail to hold, it could just break and retest, continue lower towards all this liquidity area right here. Okay, the same thing on the pounds. The pounds, right? We have this weekly fair value gap supports it. price to expand higher, but eventually the bearish fair value gap is also opposing towards this weekly fair value gap, where made the momentum right up down right here reach the weekly fair value gap. And so this push up is a little bit ping pong in between this PD array, yes, this PD array, and also where price currently at, right, is quite concerning, where the price has a very bearish momentum right here, and also leave us a breakaway bearish fair value gap of the daily fair value gap. Okay, so this is the main concern part. If we are looking for bullish, it should just break this high easily and continuing higher. If this high this low fail to hold, it could just coming back, retest, fail to break off this high, then continuing lower, break off this low, retest, and continuing lower. So this is my take on the pounds and the euro. And if you are bullish, the euro is much more favorable due to there is not much of a sweeping on the sell side liquidity, and for the pounds has a clearer bearish direction and very strong confluences on the bearish side. Although we have this weekly bullish fair value gap is supporting the price. Okay, this is my take, my own take. Not financial advice. This is just my pure personal analysis. Okay, so this is my euro and pounds analysis. Moving on, next will be the Australian dollar and the New Zealand dollar. Did we break the last week range as we mentioned? Okay, so ah okay, this is a very beautiful one. Okay, as we can see, where the price this high should have a clear range right here. Price should break off this high, but eventually no. Price just dumped down, okay, and back into a range. Fail to break off this high again and continuing lower. Okay, let me see on the Monday. Yes, you see how price reacted. It shows a very clear expansion of, then coming back into this range again. So if the thing, I believe it could just continuing ping pong lower until this range. The range has already been showing us the bearish side is going to have the first break off right here. This will be the drawn liquidity. This will also be the drawn liquidity. I think this should, is stronger. If bearish, slightly stronger. Okay, both buy side and sell side liquidity is also obvious right here. Okay, so let me summary on this. The Australian dollar against the New Zealand dollar. So from here, as we can see, the higher time frame range failed to break out towards the upside, but it does sweep the high itself. Both have already done it. So based on these two, which one has clearer bearish momentum? The New Zealand dollar, right? It has clearer bearish momentum right here compared to the Australian dollar, where it sweep and break, sweep and break. Okay, when the Australian dollar is like struggling, fail to break the above upside, push towards the upside again, and then eventually losing of momentum and then just dump down. So there is a fair value area right here that should be respecting right here as well. So this was the retest as I drawn on the last Sunday. Okay, a break of this low right here and then the retracement, and now we have started the expansion. So we are looking for this fair value area to tap into continuing lower. Okay, so this is my take as well. So on, if I am bearish on this, I definitely look for shorting the New Zealand dollar, the New Zealand against the US dollar, the exactly USD. The reason being is it has so much clear bearish price action compared to the Australian dollar. If imagine this is the bullish, another way around bullish side, right? The Australian dollar has a clearer uh, and stronger momentum right here, as you can see. But where the New Zealand dollar is almost punched down every single thing. So that means the New Zealand dollar has a clearer price action and a better bearish momentum. Okay, this is my take. Personally, I think that will be all for the major. I'll take a look on crypto in short while. So stay tuned. Let me share this first. Okay. So as usual, come back into this first. Okay, as usual, dollar index. There is couple of POIs that I have to look out for. Fundamentally, yeah, because due to the US dollar, the US strike, right? It's quite concerning. So it does make this dump. Okay, I believe there is a weekly fair value gap has been respected, so I'm expecting another sweep of the low itself. The reason being is it failed to break the high right here. Okay, on the Ethereum, yes, the price has punched through the weekly fair value gap right here, where the previous monthly high has been swept and then made the huge rejection right here from the previous week. It's a good thing that we can have more opportunity to coming towards this low. Okay, moving on next, Solana. Solana. Okay, we have this previous monthly high not been tapped. Okay, the price break above and failed to hold it and continuing dumping lower. The previous monthly low has just punched through. Let's have a look. So potentially this low should be a next target. Should be continuing lower. As you can see from a daily time frame, you can see the price has respecting the daily so much. Okay. Okay. And we have this 1 hour time frame. Yeah, just forget it. Okay. This high tap and continuing lower. The reason being is the daily fair value gap. So we have this high did not get tapped initially. It should tap and out, but eventually it just continuing lower. This BPR has failed to hold. I think it's from a 1 hour time frame. Yeah, at this high CISD, it looks like a high. Then eventually it just broke off protected low, became the draw on liquidity and just continuing lower. AVAX also the same thing. It looks like the expansion towards the upside, but eventually just dumping lower, break off all the protected low, Sui also, and the Tron. Okay, it just dump every single thing. A good thing is I did get out from this around this area. Yeah, this side. I don't know why what caused the sudden spike from here. It's quite surprisingly. Yeah, basically that would be all for my sharing for the day. And yeah, okay. I think that will be all. I hope everyone trade safe. Coming up week, we don't know what will happen. What will President Trump do? The WW3 is coming. I don't really know anymore. Might or might not. So I hope everyone just trade safe. Okay. Have a good night. Bye bye.